Hello, beautiful beings. This is Joseph with Conscious Collective, and in this video, I want to share a concept and practice with you, and it's something that you can directly apply to your life and hopefully see some benefit from, but at the very least, it's something that you can just experiment with for the day and just see what happens. So this concept, this teaching, this practice is about impersonal awareness. So for most of us, we tend to experience life through this filter of me, through the filter of I. And everything gets filtered through this lens of our personality and is seen as being something that's very personal, something that's happening to us, or something that we are doing, something that we need to do, something we have to get done. And everything sort of relates back to this self, this me, this I, this ego. And there is an aspect of our being that is impersonal. We are all manifestations of the universe. We are the universe itself coming into form and experiencing itself through this form of a human being. And so we can tap into that universal energy within ourselves and experience things from this impersonal perspective. And it doesn't have to be this really far out mystical or very heady thing. It's something that can be noticed, something that can be sort of tapped into at any point in time. And just to talk a little bit more about this facet of ourselves is right now there is an awareness within you that is experiencing this video. There's something within you that is hearing these words, something that is watching this video, looking through your eyes. And that substance of consciousness, that substance of awareness is the universe's consciousness itself looking through your eyes, hearing through your ears. And usually we don't connect with it on that level. We don't think that this primordial substance, this energy of consciousness, is what is peering through our form into itself, into the universe. We tend to look at things, like I said, through that filter of me or I, of the self. And so I just think this is a really interesting practice that you can do, is to just start to look at your experience, look at the things that you experience in your just ordinary day-to-day circumstances, but to do so from this perspective of impersonal awareness. So to look at your experience not as your experience or not as my experience, but just to be aware of what is unfolding. So not to add anything extra to just the immediate awareness of the experience that you're having, not to turn it into this experience that I'm having, something that I need to figure out, something that I need to think about. And I can give I guess, personal example of this impersonal awareness is sort of what made me think about this and have the inspiration to make this video. Is I was at the dentist 2 days ago, and I was getting some work done on my mouth. I had a cavity that I was getting filled, and I was laying in the dentist chair and just sitting back with my mouth open and getting my mouth worked on. And so there's not much for me to do except just relax and be aware and sort of meditate. And as I was just observing the experience, not really thinking about, like, I have this cavity, I'm getting my teeth worked on, this is painful or uncomfortable for me. I was just watching it and just observing it in this very objective way, as this is just the experience that's happening in this moment. And it was really profound. I carried that through everything that I did for the rest of the day, where I was driving my car, I went to have a meeting, and I went to a group event later on, and everything that I was experiencing, I was sort of really taking this back seat and just stepping back and observing the experience that I was having, without, again, thinking of it as my experience, something that I'm doing, something that I need to get done. And it, like I said, it was really profound. And so I just wanted to create this video as an invitation for you to try to do this for your day. Try to experiment with just observing your life experience, not as your life experience, but just as the experience that's happening right now, sort of just watching it like you would watch a movie or some television show. You're just sitting back and observing the events that are happening and not filtering things through this filter of me, not bringing them back to yourself or seeing them through that lens of something that's happening to you personally, but sort of just tapping into that the universe is looking through your eyes right now as you, and this is the experience that the universe is having. So try to step outside of yourself and just observe your experience from this backseat watcher, observer perspective, just being the witness of your experience. And if you can connect with that energy within yourself that is just always witnessing, always aware, you can begin to notice the ways in which we tend to create suffering for ourselves, the ways that our thoughts, when we're not aware of them, tend to latch on to the experience that we're having, tend to add on different concepts, different stories, different opinions and beliefs. And when you just witness and you just observe, you take a step back outside of all of these different ways that our mind creates stories that often create misery and unhappiness for us. So this is an invitation for you to just be more observant today and to just observe things as observation itself, to just be aware of life as awareness itself, not as the small personal self, but as the entire universe, this energy of consciousness looking through your eyes. It's really a beautiful and profound thing that we are this manifestation of the universe, and that we do get to experience ourselves in all of these different forms and through this human body and this human experience. So I hope that I communicated this practice effectively enough for you to grasp the message, and I hope that you apply this in your life today and just experiment with it and see what happens. See if it brings about any shift in your perception, your perspective, and your feeling and your experience. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.